Hey guys, Jack here, and today I'm bringing you some brand new Dishonored 2 PC footage. I went down to an event in London earlier today and got hands on with the sequel to the critically acclaimed 2012 action stealth game. If you haven't played the original yet, go and do it, it really is worth your time. But can Dishonored 2 reach the dizzy heights that the original game did? Let's take a look. A bit of background, this mission is a little bit into the story. I think it was mission 4, so you've got a few skills by this point in the game and you should be acclimatized with the way everything works. And if you've played the original, then you'll know what to expect. But this time around you can play as Corvo or Emily, each with their own different abilities and nuances. And the whole point of Dishonored is that you're an assassin, you've got a target in a certain location, and there are multiple ways to carry out your objectives as well as side objectives and exploration. Arcane Studios, who develop these titles, like to ask the question, what if? What if the player wants to go there and do that? And there's always something to be seen. So then, back to the mission. Our current objective is to assassinate a lovely chap called Kieran Jindosh, and he's built this incredible clockwork mansion. And throughout the mansion you'll have access to levers, and when you pull them you get to see the walls and floors transform into something new. It's very cool, and logistically it would be possible in real life. With enough money I'm sure someone could actually build a real mansion like this. I'm looking at you, Mark Zuckerberg. Please do it. The level design is excellent and it all makes sense in its own way. We also have a secondary objective too, and that's to rescue Anton Sokolov. He's been captured by this dude and left to rot inside the mansion. You might remember him from the first game too if you blasted your way through that. Now, protecting the mansion are clockwork robots that Jindosh has created. They've got spikes for arms, pretty nasty, but if you blow their heads off they can't see and will only rely on sound to detect targets, lashing out at anyone or anything that they're alerted to. You can see the potential here for taking out enemies, can't you? I had several attempts at this level and I've recorded a loud action oriented playthrough of it, but also a stealthy version and chaotic version, and I'm going to walk you through these now, explaining what's going on as I go along. We're going to start things off with a bang, a bit of action. Let's take a look. Our first real challenge comes in the form of 2 red guards and a clockwork robot. We're going to use Corvo's bend time ability to move in closer for a double execution. Time resumes and the clockwork walks menacingly towards us. Thankfully we've got some explosive bullets in our pistol and can dispatch it pretty easily. Unfortunately for that last guard that's alerted, he runs next to the clockwork just as it explodes and is fried in the process. How fitting. Moving on, we find an elevator that takes us up to 3 different floors. Upon leaving, 2 guards are facing away from us precariously at a ledge. Let's hit them with a wind blast and kick them to an untimely doom.
Someone there.
And now a stylish slide execution. You gotta look good while killing people, guys, come on. And as it turns out, we're near where Sokolov is being held now, our secondary objective, but he's trapped in a maze designed to test the clockwork robot's abilities. Let's get in there, use the pressure pads to move the walls around, and a few grenades should do the trick to deal with the robots.
Okay, shut it down. Your explosive that just went off or one of my clockworks?
Perfect. Let's get Sokolov up and carry him out of there and back to the carriage that we came in. On the way out though, we're ambushed by 3 guards. Nothing that a bend time and a sword can't fix.
Interesting. I just measured your weight in 2 areas at almost the same time. Just how did you do that?
And our last obstacle before getting Sokolov out of the mansion are 2 clockworks. Remember what I said about blowing their heads off? Well, let's use that to our advantage. With Sokolov safe, we can head back inside for our primary target, Jindosh, but first, another room of bad guys to deal with. How about we use the environment here to our advantage?
What?
I try not to be sentimental about my creations, but I have to admit the sound of them shattering is getting under my skin.
After navigating a few more rooms, we found Jindosh in his laboratory, but he's guarded by a couple of clockworks. We can dispatch them easily and finish off Jindosh the best way we know how, a bullet to the face. With him dead, it's time to get the hell out of Dodge and complete the mission. Let's take it back now to the start and look at a completely different stealthy approach to the mission, this time playing as Emily. So when you enter the first room of the mansion, Jindosh doesn't know that you're there yet. You haven't pulled any levers or activated any sensors on the ground, and we're going to kill him without him ever knowing that we were here. Enter the first room and then look up and shoot out the glass window there with a crossbow dart. This will give us access to the space behind the walls, and we can get up there by using the far reach teleport ability. As long as you remain relatively quiet and don't alert any guards or fire any weapons, you'll be undetectable behind the walls. But you'll eventually reach a point where you have to drop down in the midst of guards. However, if we far reach on top of obstacles out of sight, we can make our way through without being seen. Heading out to the balcony here gives us another route to Jindosh. His personal secret elevator is down there on the ledge. As we ride it up, let's blink to the top of the elevator and avoid the clockwork drone. When it's gone, move around the vents to get closer to Jindosh. We're in position now and boom, there we go. He was just working away at his desk and never even said a word. The poor guy had no idea we were there at all. Mission accomplished. Of course, you can play in a more conventional stealthy way too, and make your way through the level normally without being seen or doing stealth takedowns, but I prefer what I like to call the chaotic stealth option, which looks a little something like this. Cue montage. Definitely more chaotic than stealthy, but pretty cool nonetheless. Wrapping things up, I thought I'd show you this too. Being a stealth action game, you can actually complete Dishonored 2 without killing a single person, avoiding all of the guards and knocking the assassination targets unconscious or dealing with them in other ways. So how do we complete this level without killing Jindosh? Well, as you progress through the mansion, you pick up clues as to what kind of inventions Jindosh was working on. Turns out that one of them was a machine that wipes people's memories, and guess what, we can actually use that machine on Jindosh if we manage to power it up. To do that, we first have to knock him out and subdue him without him noticing us. With that done, carry his body downstairs and place him in the chair here. And now it's a case of rearranging the rooms so we can run enough power to the memory machine. In this case, the clues told us that we had to activate the optics and anatomy bays at the same time to achieve the correct power output. With that done, we can turn the machine on and fry Jindosh's memories, leaving him alive but disabling his personality and sinister ways. And again, this was completely optional and discovered by exploring the level and searching for clues. And I think that's the whole point of this game. Exploration, discovery and invention. The player chooses how to complete the mission and it results in some very satisfying "did I actually just do that" moments. And there we have it guys, I hope you enjoyed this multiple walkthrough of Dishonored 2. If you couldn't tell already, I really enjoyed my time with the game today. I think it's just as satisfying as the original, with the volume turned up to 10 and all of the polish of modern video game design. It's shaping up to be a winner in my book, and if you like Dishonored, I think you will love the sequel. As always, thank you for watching guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down, and I'll see you in the next one.